Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this special video showcase we're going to be looking at the new DNA design. This is their upgrade kit number 51 and this is for the Nova Prime figure. So what we're going to do, we're going to unbox it in a second, have a look at everything that's in there. We're going to try and get it all attached to him in one take. I say try, you never know, sometimes things can be a bit difficult and I might have to stop the camera, but I want to get it done all in the one take. Of course we can see how he looks in both modes and we can just see how much it does. If you think or not, we can have a vote at the end, obviously, if you think it improves it or not. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please. And also to thank Shozy, because that's where this came from. And there's a direct link to this in the description. So if you don't know much about these, I'm going to hold my hand up and be super honest. I don't know too much either. All I know is from the images that I saw online of this, on this particular figure, it looked fantastic. So what these are, right, there you go. So we've got some bigger wings, we've got some bigger guns, we've got some feet plates. I presume that they're a bit of gap fillers. We've got a giant sword, we've got some hands, and we've got some, I'm not too sure what they are, but we'll find out in a second. So yeah, now first disclaimer that these aren't cheap. Now I know that a lot of people say, especially with things, I think it might have been the motorcycle one that I did a video review of the upgrade kit for Animated Prowl, which gave him the motorcycle. Oh wow, look at all that. Oh, and there's a few things at the back, but obviously again, you know, there's budgets and everything, and things, especially things like this, I would imagine do not fit into budget, because as I pretty much said, this is about the same price as what that figure cost. So there's a huge amount of stuff going onto here. Some of them I really like the look of, some of them I've completely bypassed, because as I said, I don't like to take the actual figures apart. Now I've seen this and I'm pretty sure we can just quickly connect everything to it. We've got some instructions here which look rather self-explanatory. I've just gone and jinxed myself. It's saying I've got to take some screws out there to put some new hands on. I don't know why. We'll have a look in a second. I hope I can get away with not doing that. The rest of it, by the looks of it, phew, doesn't require any screws. So I'm probably not going to do it. I'm going to say that straight away, but unless it's going to make a huge difference. So let's have a look at the actual pack and the kit itself. This is all held on here like so. And to be honest, as I say, even though I've got no affiliation to this particular character, I love the figure. I think it looks incredible. Right, let's have a look at the fists. So what's the difference? They look about the same size. I can't see what the... there you go. There's a hinge on them. There's a hinge, so you've got articulated fingers. So there's no other difference apart from the fact that they are all articulated, every single one of them. So there you go. That's just something for you to be aware of. You do get fully articulated hands, but to do that, what you've got to do is unscrew that there, slot that out and slot that back in. I know that's not too big a deal, but A, I've not got time to do that on this video, and B, I'm just a bit finicky with things like that. So I'm going to take them out of the way. As I say, I already know that they're going to be the feet. They're obviously going to be the wings. There's something underneath it. Oh, okay. If you order things from Shozy, you always get like a bonus thing, which is obviously great, which is what this is. You can see that is the bonus sword, because this is... Oh, I'm knocking stuff over. That is the standard sword that you get with it. So that's the difference. If you get from Shozy, you get the bonus first thing, which is that. Right, what else have we got? So we've obviously got the two huge guns, which, let's be honest, that's a bit of a upgrade, which again is exactly what the purpose of this is. That's a bit of an upgrade compared to that, isn't it? So we've got two of them. In fact, I should just take all these bits off. That looks very similar to there, so I think that's an upgrade for the front. And the rest of the bits, I've got to be super honest, until I look at the instructions, I don't really know at all. Is that stuck in there? No, there we go. Right, so let's bring these instructions back in, and as I've said, typically at the moment I'm definitely not going to look at doing the fists, purely because it just, all it looks like we're doing is having articulated fingers, which I suppose again we can live without just for now. So yes, it looks like we can see at the back there. I'll use the sword. That is indeed for want of a better word, it's a crotch upgrade, isn't it? It is. We've got some hip flexors there, not some hip flexors, some hip skirts, that's the word I'm after. It is. We've just got a crotch upgrade right here. Yep, there we go. So I think it's just going to start beefing him out. Let me just take these out, because I know that some people tend to display theirs with them up like that. I think that was how it was supposed to go, to be fair, but I just wanted to be slightly different, and I had them up. So let's get them out of the way, like so. So this is the... oh, they look to be gap fillers on their feet. Right, so these are the feet. It says that on the underside, yes, there is. Wow, that's mega stiff. Okay, so you might need a spudger, or in my case some blunt scissors. Bring that out, fold it around. It looks like we're rotating that because obviously you need two sides of this, because one for the vehicle mode and one for, because all of these parts as well, guys, if you didn't know, do attach in the vehicle mode as well. So we'll have a look at that. Fold that around. These are just like platforms. Yep, there you go, just like platform shoes. Just again beefing him out, making him that little bit more menacing. I don't like the way that foot lands or stands anyway. So let's bring this over as well, pop that into position. There we go. So he's got his bigger boots on, which is starting to look good already. Should that be there? Should that extend? I'm not too sure. That's interesting because of course there isn't the heel spur on there as well. Right, these by the looks of it are going to be gap fillers to fit into the top of them. So we've got, fold these bits over, fold these bits over, and yep, oh, you can't see because that's there, that's going to fit into the small one. Yep, there we go, into this small one. In fact, let's take this off. This might make things quite a bit easier. So let's take this off, let's bring these down, and let's attach this to here like so. Yep, there we go. And then this one is going to go up, and yep, there you go, there's a cutout at the top. This is going to fit again like so. And while we're here, we're going to have a go at the wings. These are, I suppose, these are the important bits. Let's be honest, these are the important bits. So we've got a dot there, and it's going to fit, it looks like, there we go, there's the cutout. I was looking for it thinking it would be like that, but it's not. It's going to go, so this is going to need to go on this side. There we go. So that's going to line up there. Make sure we line all these up. These are all joined together, by the way. So this is going to then fit. There you go. That's easy. That's what I expect, and that's what I want the kits to do. As I said, I don't want to be taking things apart when doing screws and stuff. I'd rather it just be as simple as this. Fold these out like so. That tab is going to go into that tab right there, into the slot rather. Let's line this up. Yep, that's clicked in place. What have we got here? We've got, let's have a look. One more attachment it looks for this. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. Oh, it's so we can attach the sword. So this is the back. That's going over there. It's saying that this part that I didn't know what we could do too much with is going to slot into this way round. So that's going to lift up. This is going to be up there. Or is it that way? No, the picture's got it that way. And then the reason for that is the sword is going to be able to be attached to the back. Yeah, there you go. So let's bring this back in, see what it looks like. This is going to be insane. This is going to be nuts. This is going to come over the top like so. Now, my main concern is that he's going to be back heavy because the whole kit's huge. And oh no, just about. But also, of course, let's not forget, I've not put any of the giant guns in his hands yet either, so this will start to counterbalance it. Now there's some good news, guys. If you're like me and you want the kit and you don't want to take the screws out of your hands and replace the hands, you definitely do not need to, because I haven't done them and it still just fits in your industry standard port. Right. Oh, it says like so, but you could see that that's because I'm trying to balance him whilst reach around the camera. That's going to go there, so this should counterbalance him way more, which it sort of is. I don't understand. Let me see. That's better. Pop them down. There you go. Why did I think of that in the first place? Just pop them down, and of course the heel sprues are now working. Now that looks like to be added to the vehicle mode, so we don't need to do that. Right, because he's got the two swords, let's have a go at doing this. So these, again, they've got the ports on the side, so instead of having these small guns, but I'm going to keep the small guns there, and let's go totally overpowered now. No, that's not going to look good, actually. That's too much. I wonder what it'd look like if we went on the underside of this. It's what I like to do. I like to mess around with the toys, same as anybody else. Perhaps that would look reasonable. You can let me know in the comments what you think this is going to look like. Now, this is because mainly that we've got, obviously, the bonus sword. So again, the purpose of this part there is that you could attach and store into there like so if you wanted to, but because we've got the two, it would make perfect sense, I would presume, to do what I'm going to do. put that one there first and foremost, just to give you an idea of what he looks like if you haven't got the bonus set, which again is still fantastic. And he's holding absolutely fine now, guys. That was me, it was my error. I wasn't putting the sprues down. He's holding absolutely fine, even on this crazy stance. If I stand him up straighter, he stands absolutely fine. So yes, that was me, that was my little error. Here's the two swords there. This is nuts. Yeah, this is a proper upgrade kit. And we've still got his normal weapon here as well, so I wonder if I could store that on the back, or I could pop it in the top of this. I'd like to turn it into like a cannon. Again, I don't know what the character does in the fiction. I'm sure he doesn't look anything like that crazy, but there we go. That's the one mode. I'm going to transform him and have a look at the other mode as well. So we're back, and I've got him into his alternate mode, and just for some clarity, I took all of the parts off before I did the transformation process, and of course the transformation process was exactly the same. Another thing as well I've got to admit is I've had to do something that I don't normally do. I've had a little bit of a practice with it because the instructions are pretty good. Perhaps it's just because it's late and I wasn't reading them properly, but I've had a little bit of a go to make sure that I'm going to do it right for you, because this is the instructions, this is the back of it, and what we're going to do now is really bolster and bulk this up. We're going to make this look super meaty. I can't think of any other word apart from that. So what we're going to start off with, you can see here what it wants us to do is to take these front bits off. And also, if you have a quick look at this, now I know I've not attached, you know, these guns etc just yet, which we would do, but it's the alternate mode. I think everybody said, you know, it lets it down, that it's sort of too hollow and stuff, but the images that I've seen of this, I've not done it fully yet. I've got to confess that is the truth. I've not fully done it. I've just had to go doing what you're about to see in a second, building these off camera against with themselves. So this is how I know it's going to work. That's how I've had a quick go. So this is, if you remember, this was in the back and the sword was attached to this on the back. So now what you're going to do, that's going to very simply just fit into there and go over. And all we're going to do, this is the bit which I didn't know what it was in the pack, it is you can split this as well, to be fair. So I'm surprised it doesn't do much else with regards to the other way around, not that I can see anyway. And this is, of course, as you can see now, this is going to fit in to there like so. So we are getting a huge bumper. We can then still reattach these exactly as they were, but as you can see, they're about an inch further forwards like so as well. Now the other thing, again, this is why I'm telling you and being honest, I've done a little bit of it off camera, because this is the part which of course I took off, which was the crotch, and I thought, right, what am I going to do with this now? And funnily enough, it isn't until the very last bit of the instructions there, when it's too late and I've already joined this up. But what you would do is that there's some cutouts there and there. You would pop this in, and then of course you would close it up and it would cover very neatly. There you go, it would fit perfectly into there. What it also doubles up as a storage for the sword as well. So this would go into there, and as I say, as you're doing the transformation, as you're popping it together, that would fit in there, and you've basically got that, which again, it is genius. I can't say anything else apart from the fact that it is genius. Right, these were the feet. We're going to rotate this over that way, and we're going to pull this out here, and this is going to attach to the port there. So once again, we are just, of course, filling it out, just bolstering it, making it look so much bigger. At the moment it's not looking too great, but that's because of course we haven't got the wings, the finishing touches on them. So these are relatively awkward. What we've got here, you can see the picture here. So what it's saying we need to do first and foremost is get these, rotate these around 180 degrees like so. This one we're going to rotate 180 degrees, and then we're going to fold it back over itself. There's a tab there and there's a cutout there, and it's going to fold over like so. So that's one ready. I'm going to do the same. In fact, I'll do the other side in a minute, and then this is going to a tab exactly the same as how it did. Oh, I might knock that sword out, but I'm going to try and keep it in there like it did the other way around. So this should, I mean, when it was in robot mode instead of, you know, the other way around. So that now is going to fit exactly on top of that wing, no problem. And then this is now going to hold this into position. So let's see, this is again where I sometimes should have just just done it off camera, but I wanted to show you doing it. Bring this down, that's going to fit on top, that's going to fit on top. There we go. Let's do the same process on the other side. So what we're looking to do is rotate that around, bring that there. That is going to tab into position, and pretty much these again should now fit all on here like so. what I really like about this, and this is probably going to sound like a bit of a dumb statement, I like how different and also how involved it is even in this particular stage as well. Sometimes, you know, with upgrade kits, to my knowledge, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they're just for one particular mode, like the ones I've seen and the ones I've looked at recently. I mean, this is so involved, there's so much going on with it, and it's completely changed the figure like so. So we've got that there, that's with the upgrade kits. Let's move this out of the way because we don't want the reflection glaring everywhere. And then of course you can still attach your original parts, and then what it wants you to do again is attach the new parts to the original. Have I missed that hole? I shouldn't have. That's better. Then it wants you to take these giant guns, which we've got here. There's your tab on that side, and then we're going to attach, or is it that way? Yeah, it probably is. It's probably that way. Let me just double check, because I think that looks a lot better. The picture, no, it's not. It is actually saying to attach it. I'm going to show you how you can choose, you decide. That was a bit of a choice. It was decide and choose all in one word. So what it's telling me to do is this, which, okay, so is it better that way, like so? Yes, it comes a bit further back, or is it better that way where it's out on the side? So that's your choice. There it is in this particular mode. Again, blown my mind, really blown my mind. I'm going to come back final time with him fully built up, no more messing around, just have a quick look at him and see if it affects his articulation and things like that. Right then, back for the final time, and as you can see, I still think he looks fantastic like this. Whether he's going to fit on your shelf or not, I don't know, because of course we've added an extra perhaps 4 inches either, so maybe more than that, 4 to 5 inches each side, so his shelf presence is now humongous. Again, the good thing is you've got the choice of the swords. Of course, everything that you've got with these, again, they are blast effect compatible, so you can do that with, of course, most of the, well, pretty much all of the accessories that you've got. One thing that I think you could do, perhaps, again, just to overly power him, but it might look okay, I've just remembered there's holes there, so you can have perhaps arm cannons like so. No, it didn't look as good as I thought it would, to be fair. I thought it might just fit on the side. I don't think it looks any better than just attached in there, to be honest. So again, you've got a multitude, you've got a plethora of ideas that you can do with this, and I suppose that's the best thing. And I say that about the normal toys, never mind with these upgrade kits, the fact that you can add so much more to it. You can do loads of different things. Yeah, it's really good. It's impressed me actually how much better it actually is. As I say, if you wanted to put the sword on the back as well, which you can, I don't know which one to put. I'm completely confused as into which way looks best, in all honesty. But again, it's a great, I suppose, situation to be in. I'm going to round up by saying that, yep, it's great. I'm sorry I didn't do the hands, but as you can see, it has made zero difference to it. That's just, I suppose, if you want to do some extra, you know, some really good photo poses with the hands open or whatever, but with regards to functionality and how it's going to look on a shelf, it makes zero difference. So again, another good, and I'm not saying any of them are bad, as I say, I've only reviewed a few of them, and yeah, I tend to go for the ones that do exactly what I've just done, just add-on kits like they are, where I can do it without messing around too much. There you go. I think that's a pretty good pose, and I'm not good at doing posing figures, but there you go, guys. That is the DNA design upgrade kit. It is number 51 if you're interested, and again, as I say, there's a direct link in the description if you want to get one yourself. Let me know what you think about it anyway. I know upgrade kits, as I say, they weren't for me at the beginning, but now my head's getting turned, shall we say, definitely for reviewing them anyway. But you guys let me know what you think. Take care.